Good evening and welcome to match number 8 between the Punjab Kings and the Chennai Super Kings, the King of the North versus the King of the South, live from the Wankhede Stadium. And I have with me Salil. Hi, Salil, how are you?
Hi, Yash. I'm good. Really excited to watch MSD's 200th game today.
Interesting 200 games, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, legend and such a legend in Indian cricket.
Absolutely.
What do you have to say, Salil, about this match? Such a much exciting and very anticipated fixture between these two teams.
So it's going to be a cracker of a match. Punjab look like they have their strategy in place as far as their first match went, but they gave away a lot of runs. I think that department they would want to look at. CSK, on the other hand, Dhoni did mention, in his post-match presentation last year, in the last match, that it was the bowlers who did not bowl the right line. It was not the batsmen who hit the the good shots. So basically, they'll also be looking at their bowling, and it'll be interesting to see what happens on this 1KD pitch, which is similar to the one that was used yesterday.
So you're saying that the pitch is exactly how it's going to be playing, like it played yesterday. It's going to be a bowling friendly pitch, or how is it going to be going about on the course of the game?
It it would be good for the bowlers, but there's not enough grass today as it there was yesterday. I think they would have rolled it up a little bit, maybe to make the game more interesting. You don't know, but
Yeah.
it looks like the bowlers will have their time in the middle, and the dew factor will also matter in the second innings. So it looks pretty good, pretty competitive.
So good toss for Chennai to win and choosing to bowl because now that you mentioned about the dew factor in the second innings, probably it will be a bit wet and it will be difficult for the spinners and the pace bowlers to get a grip of the ball.
Yes, I think that's exactly what happened yesterday, where Delhi sprayed their bowling. So I think it's a good toss to win for Chennai because they get their bowlers on, during the dry period of the game, and then when the dew kicks in, it'll be a little difficult for the Punjab bowlers to bowl. And if they don't bowl those Yorkers, if they don't hold their line, then you know how the CSK batsmen will go after them. So I think that little bit of advantage CSK have got by winning the toss. It's a good toss to win.
Definitely a good toss to win. And the teams are evenly poised at the moment. We have Punjab Kings with youth and experience. And here is the squad. Some brilliant names out there, Salil.
Yes, I'm not quite not surprised that they've gone with the same team. They didn't need to make any changes. They've got Jai Richardson and Riley Meredith, who they've given a second chance, in spite of being slightly expensive. Shami and Arshdeep have been excellent. Arshdeep was like the hero of the last over in the previous match. You've
Yes,
got Deepak
absolutely.
Huda, who's come in form. So I think that looks like a very balanced lineup.
So before selecting this lineup, they might have taken a call about Riley Meredith's form. Like he was, he went for a lot of runs. But now that you spoke about the pitch, that is the same pitch that was used yesterday. So keeping that factor into consideration, they might have given him another chance because of the juice in the wicket for a pace bowler.
Yes, absolutely. I think changing a fast bowler at this stage would not be the right thing if they've had a match 3 or 4 days before. So I think they'd give him a second chance because they're backing him. They are confident about both these new players, and I think they might be able to do a good job understanding the wicket because they've played here before. So taking that chance is a good thing that they did. And I think shuffling the teams also here and there every other time after every match would not be the best thing that is advisable. So good part on KL Rahul and
That's
the coach to keep the same team.
That's absolutely spot on because changing the team can affect the morale of the player as well as the team chemistry. And coming to the Chennai team, they are a bunch of super experienced players. Ruturaj Gaikwad is I think one of the only uncapped player in this whole team. Look at the other team,
Yeah.
other players, big names, Salil.
Yes, they're really big names, but you should also see that they're really experienced, but not having a lot of match practice. I think that's the only thing
Yeah.
that goes against Chennai. They're not short of talent. They're an extremely threatening batting lineup when it comes to their openers. Every time an opening partnership is more than 50 runs, Chennai has won 82% of the games. So they'll be looking at that. Plus, it's Dhoni's 200th game. Maybe somewhere somehow the news would have reached him, he would always, emotionally, you'd want to win those games. I think Suresh Raina will be on a high after his first innings total. Expect one of the openers to fire today for Chennai. It's going to be a great match then.
Absolutely. And talking about the Punjab batting then, because KL Rahul is always been in form. He's never out of form in IPL, and especially for Punjab. What do you think about their batting lineup that they possess, the depth in the batting that they possess?
I think with the addition of Deepak Huda's innings the other day, every bowling lineup is going to shiver when they think about the Punjab batting lineup. We've not even come to Christopher Henry Gale. So to begin with, KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal are brilliant openers and can take the match away from you. KL Rahul as a captain has been brilliant. His last three innings have been more than 90 runs. So just to
Wow.
say his kind of form that he possesses, 670 runs in the last version of this, and he's continued ever since. So, and 92 in the last game. He's in absolute form. Wankhede is his favorite ground. It's like a hunting ground for him. So it'll be
Absolutely.
difficult to stop him once he starts going. Chennai, the opening bowlers would really have to make a effort to get him out early, because then the whole tide changes. But looking at their batting lineup, the kind of depth that they have with Huda and Puran coming later on, and Shah Rukh Khan, who is quite highly rated in the domestic circles, they look like a very solid unit. They look like they can score 200 runs again today.
You mentioned about KL Rahul and him having a great outing the last time around. He doesn't look like he will ever get out. The way he bats, he just bats and bats and bats. The whole 20 overs, he's just out there playing normal cricket shots, not even trying anything cheeky. So how does this mentality come from to such an experienced player?
I think, firstly, all the KL Rahul fans would be keeping their fingers crossed after those lovely words said by you. But KL Rahul has been in some fantastic form. He is an excellent player of the ball when it comes on to the bat, and he's really built up his innings. It doesn't look like it's a fluke. It's not a one time. He's definitely a player in massive form. He's a young lad, and he's raring to go for the Indian team as well. So the kind of and the added responsibility of being a captain also, gives him that confidence, that shows that he's quite mature as a player. So he will not be playing anything rash. He'll play as per his game. He can hit all around the wicket, all those shots. He can hit those cheeky shots as well. So no doubt that he's going to be a force to reckon with in this match.
So coming to the Chennai bowling, what do you have to say about this bowling attack? That possesses such great talented bowlers, as you said, with lack of match practice, probably for Devin Bravo and Ravi Jadeja. But the other three are magnificent: Shardul Thakur, Deepak Chahar, and also Sam Curran.
Yes, I mean you see them. They're not like a fast bowling unit like
Yeah.
maybe a Rajasthan or a Delhi. They're those bowlers who bowl those slow ones. They bowl the cutters. They're excellent. I mean Dwayne Bravo has got an excellent record. Jadeja, every time he's picked more than two wickets for Chennai, Chennai has ended up winning 86% of the matches. So there are a lot of stats that look good for Chennai, which have had a decently good history in the IPL. They'd want to stick to those kind of stats and not bowl like they've bowled in the previous innings. So if you saw a Shardul Thakur or a Deepak Chair, you'd expect them to bowl a little better than what they bowled in the last match. I
Yeah.
think that will make a very big difference to the Punjab batting.
So Salil, tell me something now that Shardul Thakur, as you mentioned, he's a local lad playing at the Wankhede Stadium, and he's had a great record against Punjab. So how would his approach be? Playing at the home ground, does he have an edge over the other bowlers?
I think all the players would have something at the back of their mind, whether they've played really well or they've not played against. I mean, either ways, as a player who's looking to perform, it should fire you up, whether you've had a good performance or a bad one. But Shardul Thakur, knowing that his last outing was not really great, I mean, they ended up at the losing side. He'd
Yeah.
want to go with Punjab with everything he has. I mean, lucky for him, he's playing for CSK and he's playing on his actual home ground, so that does make a difference. But I mean, these things are just for namesake. At the end of the day, you have to go on the field and perform. So you'd expect him to bowl, his excellent bowlers to balls towards the death, and restrict the Punjab batsmen as much as possible and pick up wickets in in that endeavor.
So Captain Cool playing his 200th game at the iconic Wankhede Stadium. It doesn't get better than that. And on top of that, although he has lost a match, he will be, the tiger who is wounded, and he will be wanting to bounce back. So, what his game plan
Yeah.
would be in, given the state of the how the tournament is going for Chennai Super Kings? What would be his game plan, Salil?
I think his game plan. One, there'll be two kind of game plans: one for his team and one for his batting. We really don't know
Yes.
when an MSD will come to the fore. I mean, he just had two balls to play, where he had to just come and smash the ball because CSK were cruising at a decent score. So you can't judge him on that. But he's had some brilliant chases against the previous Punjab team, the Punjab Kings 11 side. And some of the most brilliant chases are done by Mahendra Singh Dhoni against Punjab. He's performed the best against Punjab. He's beaten them a few times for the qualifiers. So history is with CSK and MS Dhoni. It's just that the time is different. The time is different. They are slightly rusty, and Punjab are slightly better than what they used to be. So it's going to be a great contest, and we should wait and watch to see what happens.
Watching yesterday's game, what do you think today? What would be an ideal total on this pitch? And given the batting lineup that Punjab have, it's a highly rated, batting lineup. What do
So
you think, Salil?
is it okay if I predict two totals?
Yes, yes, 100%. You can do anything.
Because I think Chennai, if they bowl well, they can restrict Punjab to anywhere between 150 and 170 runs. If they don't bowl well, the score will be upwards of 190, and Punjab will really take it to the bowlers. So there's no doubt in my mind that Punjab know that they have to go and start scoring runs right from the start, and there'll be no love lost, honestly, for the bowlers.
And the batting power that they possess lower down the order, like you mentioned, Deepak Hooda, Shah Rukh Khan, and Nicholas Puran. If even if they are like 15 overs, 110, they would back themselves to reach that 180, 190 mark, like you just mentioned.
Yes, these batsmen are capable of scoring more than 15 runs an over. So there's no doubt, even if they are 100, and they've got 6 overs left, they can easily reach that score. And that all depends on the Chennai bowling. So if they would actually be at the score where they are 3 down or 4 down, that means in 14 overs, that means the Chennai bowlers have done a good job initially,
Yeah.
and they want to continue doing that. So that is something that we'll wait and watch as the game progresses.
Salil, quickly tell me which is that one player you would put your money on out of these two teams, and who would it be, Salil, for you?
I think it'll be KL Rahul. The form that he
Def-
has and the kind of form that he's carrying, I think this is the best kind of ground for him. He's lost the toss. He's going to bat first, and batting first without any pressure. You just have to go there, connect the ball, hit the ball, make a lot of runs. There's no better area or no better situation an informed batsman would like to be. So I put my money on KL Rahul.
Definitely, definitely. Everyone would want KL Rahul to, get those runs up top. And out of these two teams, Salil, who do you think has the upper hand in this tie?
Currently, it is Kings 11 because
Punjab
of the kind of
Kings.
match practice that they've had. Yes, Punjab Kings. My
It's
bad.
happened to me a lot of times. Don't worry. So moving on, I'll see you at the mid-match show, Salil. It's an interesting innings that we're going to have, given the pitch and Punjab Kings batting first. KL Rahul, we'll see live action now. So thank you,
Absolutely.
Salil. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thanks, Yash.